So Tim has just come here to the Orkney, and I think he thinks that I'm going to be taking him to some nice posh place where we can go sit down and discuss my life. We're in a 5,000-year-old tomb. Not sure he's happy about it. He doesn't know I'm doing it. Oh, hello Tim. Hi, my name is Christian Lewis. I am 39 years old and I am currently walking the coastline of the United Kingdom. I started on the 1st of August 2017. Keeping me company along the way is Jet. And I'm loving every moment.
How do you say the filming is going so far, Chris?
Pretty mate.
We've
We've got to stop talking to people. We need to get in the middle of nowhere.
Let's just go into a pub.
No, we did that yesterday, Tim. It didn't end well.
No, it didn't.
Hey folks, how are we? So, we are on the ship. That is Thurso behind me, over there. And we are en route to Orkney. I can't tell you how excited I am to get to Orkney and Shetland. I can't wait to see the terrain. I can't wait to see the people, meet the locals, and I can't wait to see the history as well.
Chris and Jet are still going strong, and after 762 days and 11,000 miles, they have now left the north coast of Scotland and caught a ship to the Orkney Islands. Unknown to Chris and Jet, it seems their fame and their story have already beaten them there. Just stopped here to grab a quick coffee, a quick break from filming. We're going to continue filming again, but to walk from where we got the coffee to the car, which is just 15 yards, has so far taken 10 minutes, because every time we stop, people stop to talk to Chris. People stop in the cars, they see him, they get out and they want to have a chat to him. And Chris, bless him, makes sure that he talks to every single person. The support is absolutely incredible. It's a great place. Well, we're outside Julia's Cafe in Stromness. And the crazy thing is, the owner of Julia's Cafe follows you on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And she messaged me because she saw that I was in the Orkney Islands with you, and invited us down here.
Did you get in trouble for saying Orkneys?
I got in trouble for saying Orkneys. Yeah. It's not Orkneys, it's Orkney. Got it. I won't make that mistake again. Not if I want another coffee anyway. But it's crazy, the amount of attention you're getting now.
It's surreal, mate. What can I say? Yeah, it's gone a little bit mad in that respect, but in a good way. You know, I love the fact that people want to come up and talk to me all the time, mate, and chat.
It's not just the people on the street, it's the press.
Yeah.
You're getting newspapers, BBC, magazines.
I don't understand it myself, but
How do you cope with all that?
because, mate, I've had this philosophy from the day that I've had this philosophy in my entire life. It's just one day at a time, pal. And if I have a busy day and I feel like, you know, because doing something like this, you get asked a lot of the same questions, which is totally understandable, because I'd be exactly the same. But I have a perfect balance, because I can then say, right, I'm going to go walking tomorrow in the middle of nowhere. I have some time to myself, you know, regenerate, and then I can do it all again afterwards, you know. So, you know, I can give myself the perfect balance, you know, if that makes sense.
Just walking through Stromness, you get stopped by loads of people, and one of the people that stopped you was a gentleman who was ex-serviceman.
Yeah.
He saw your shirt that you were supporting Safa, and straight away there's a connection, and straight away he wanted to tell you his story as well.
Yeah, and that's lovely, that is, mate. You know, a lot of these boys, and I totally understand this, you know, a lot of these boys don't really get to talk to a lot of people when they come out of the forces. You know, they really don't. They get very isolated. They isolate themselves, and they think there's no one else they can connect or talk to about it. But when, you know, the second that you know somebody else has been in or something like this, I think it's very easy to you've been in as well, you know, somebody else, and you know, you share that sort of banter and charisma, and it's very easy to open up in front of someone else that you can relate to, isn't it?
But I saw the power of what you're doing when you bumped into that guy in the street. He came up to you, ex-serviceman, and he looked sad and down when you first came up.
He actually did, yeah.
But by the time he finished talking to you, he had a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He looked cheery. That must give you a good feeling.
There's no better feeling, is there? There's no better feeling. If you can make a positive impact on somebody's life, Tim, you know. And
you are.
Well,
on so many.
And that's being reciprocated.
Hey folks, how are we? So, have a look at this, right? Me and Jet have just had to climb down this ravine. just to get to a water source because there's just none up the top here. But I found a wreckage of a plane up the top, and I'm finding the bits down here as well, right at the bottom. Now I've just seen there, it's obviously an MOD plane because you can tell by the green. Insane, isn't it? That must have been a hell of a crash for it to be scattered for so long. But look, we're going to get going because I'm shattered.
Right, we're here now in Stromness. This is a beautiful, quaint little town. Look at this place, Chris.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is absolutely beautiful.
It's great. So what have you got planned for us today?
So today, mate, I'm going to take you to some tombs.
Fantastic.
Neolithic at that.
Neolithic tombs. Just the two of us and a dog.
Let's go.
Can't wait. Let's do it. Let's do it. I never thought for 1 second that I'd be standing in a 5,300-year-old tomb.
With a hairy Neanderthal.
You must feel at home there.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you ever feel when you're walking around these areas and it's really bad weather and you're in your tent, you think, oh, I'll nip into a tomb?
I've been tempted.
You must have been.
We did once. Jet shot straight out the tomb and I shot straight out after her. Never again.
Well, they're built.
You're in here, mate, so I'm acting confident as anything,
Yeah.
just like this.
They're obviously built to last, aren't they? Jeez,
Oh, yeah.
5,300 years.
Somebody laid this stone 5,500 years ago.
Incredible.
I always mess around.
You're such a child.
I know.
You're such a child.
I'm so pleased to be a child. In fact, this tomb particularly is special because, and I quote this, I was told that in this corner here, facing the entrance, or the cairn, whatever you want to call it, there was a skeleton found. I think it was bound on its knees, facing the doorway, for whatever reason.
Was it like a guard, wasn't it?
Maybe, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
To
But
scare off.
yeah, maybe to scare off something. Or
Yeah, scare off evil spirits or something like that.
we got in here, so it can't be too bad.
It's pretty evil. we had some evil spirits yesterday in that pub. Did you ever think, from your humble beginnings, when you were standing on that beach in Swansea, that one day your walk would take you to be standing in a 5,300-old tomb on the Orkney Islands?
No. I had no idea what to expect, mate. You know, at the time I was going through a lot of personal
Yeah.
sort of things. So my goal, you know, obviously was to raise money for charity, but I also wanted to kind of clear my own head.
Yeah. Before you started the walk, then you lived in Swansea, but you're not originally from Swansea,
No,
are you?
I'm from Reading.
Reading.
Yeah, in Reading. Truth be told, the papers started putting out that because I left from Swansea, that I'm from Swansea.
Yeah.
And,
You got the accent.
I know, I lived there a while and stuff. Well, I have lived there a lot. You know, I've lived more
Yeah.
in Swansea than I have anywhere else. But yeah, it was just a lot easier, you know, rather than have to go through the whole rigmarole of explaining my entire life story. I was born in Reading, and
Yeah.
it was much easier when people just asked me, you know, where are you from? So,
Yeah.
you know, that's
As a
back.
kid growing up, I mean, you've moved from Reading. You're in Ireland for a while as well.
Oh, I've been everywhere.
Well, this is going to ask you, because you're walking now and you're travelling around. Has that always been there? Has that always been in your blood? As a
Yeah.
kid, were you moving around?
I believe, Tim, it was half of my life's frustration, because I remember reading a story when I was younger, and it's something that's always stuck in my mind. I must have been about 5-6 years old, and it was a story of a little boy and his dog went out, they fell down a hole and found a cave. And inside this cave was, as funny enough, Neolithic inscriptions and graffiti as such. And that just mesmerised me, and I've never forgotten that. So I've always had that sense of adventure. I've always wanted to do it, but stupidly I let life get in the way. Bills, paperwork, all that sort of stuff. That got in the way of what my dream was, if that makes sense. And the longer that I've now been on this journey, and I'm happy, I can start focusing on those kind of things again now. So
This is what you're born to do.
Yeah, I really believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm not only born to do, but I love showing it off as well. You know, there's a lot of people that will never get to see this. Why wouldn't I show it to them? Because I'm sure they'll be just as fascinating, and I get a real buzz from doing that. So, yeah, what a wonderful place to suddenly be now, where I'm so completely free in my own mind that everything I do, I love.
Yeah.
Simple. It really is like that.
You
Simple.
literally are living the life you want.
Yeah, I really am. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I haven't got anything.
No, you
I
do.
got a bag.